The first page should show our complete product line. Hopefully we're all on that same page. Part of the joy of looking at this is our entire catalog. This is a very focused business, and it allows us to get our hands around the product, understand the product, and support the product in a constructive way. And so if we look on the left, we have our complete powder, wonderful pre- or post-workout or meal replacement item. If we go to the right, our foundational reds, greens, and purples that were the founding element of Juice Plus, now 22 years old. Beneath that same capsule format in a gummy or chewable. To the left of that, our new complete bar, great snack, great way to take the hunger while we're on the road or that afternoon in the office or whatever you're doing. I would suggest this is much better for us than that Snickers bar. And then all the way on the right, our newest product, the Tower Garden, a tremendously environmentally friendly way to vertically grow produce for our own consumption, or we grow enough actually to share with friends and neighbors. So that's our entire product catalog. This product catalog is supported by a company that is now over 42 years old. It's a company that was founded by Jay Martin, still run by Jay Martin, one of the great, I think, business leaders in the U.S. And this is a gentleman and a company that have put together an extraordinarily generous pay plan and activity for us. They have created a path for us to follow that I think a lot of us that are on the phone, and we have a nice selection of NMDs on the phone, would all suggest that if we follow that path, we can virtually guarantee success at whatever level that might be for you by following that path. So let's click onto the next page. Next page, we should see somebody that scares the heck out of me climbing a cliff, looks like free-handed. And that's what we're doing. We're going to climb a path here together today. We're going to look at the 7 steps that are involved in moving up through the pay plan. But if we look to the upper left-hand side, we're going to, again, see our foundational product that I mentioned before. That is our reds, greens, and purples. That's what we have built the Juice Plus business around. And for all of our conversation and the examples and the money that we're going to talk about today, if it's all right with you, I'm going to use this as our primary example. The reason for the $50 that's there, it does cost $50 to join our business. When we pay that, and that is an annual fee, we all start at the same place. That $50 allows us to become a distributor of all the Juice Plus products we just looked at. In essence, then, for that $50, we own our own, I like to call it an international business, since we participate in some 25 countries around the world. In owning this business, we have no territorial restrictions, no income restrictions, no glass ceilings, thank goodness. And attached to that, it's a wonderful business plan in that we have no requirements, we have no inventory ownership questions, we have no goals that we're meant to meet other than what we dictate for ourselves. So this pay plan that we're about to go through really has something for everyone. Some people might want to make $500 a month, and that's fine. Some people might want to make $500 a week, $500 a day, $500 an hour. It's all possible within this plan. So for that $50 to help us, we get a virtual office. We get our own website. We have a company that provides extraordinary marketing support to us, not the least of which are our 2 semi-annual conferences, our next coming up in Sacramento, California. If you get nothing else out of today, put that mark on your calendar that you're going to try to be with us all in Sacramento on April, and I lost it here, April 10th and 11th, for our big annual conference, I can guarantee you it will change your life and the way you look at this business. And as I noted before, we also get a path to follow. And lastly, I would note that part of the joy of this business is this is a business that none of us do alone, or I should say if we're going to be successful, none of us do alone. We have the support of our upline, the person that invited us into our business, our sideline buddies, the company itself, 287 people in a building outside of Memphis, all there ready to take care of. So let's click and we'll go ahead. And next slide should come up with a retail of $290. That's the retail price for those three items. But bear with me, click again. And we would see a PC 265. That's the preferred customer price, and the preferred customer price is available to anyone we bring in, including ourselves, who is willing to sign up for a repeat process of regular shipments. All our shipments, as you probably know, come in a 4-month supply. So at the end of a 4-month period, another box would be automatically set to send out to you or your customer, although I would strongly recommend that before any of those next boxes, forever, before they go out, you check with them as part of our strong sense for customer service and make sure that they're ready to receive that. The $71.25 alongside that is the monthly amount paid quarterly, again a 4-month supply. The generosity and trust of this company is that all 4-month supply is sent out at once, and yet we pay it over 4 quarters going forward. Let's click on the next slide, and we'll see the wholesale price of $226, and below that we'll see $39. You'll also see down below numbers 1 through 5, and as we go forward, we are paid in 5 different ways, and we'll fill these in as we go along. But the first way that we get paid is with a retail profit, and the retail profit is the difference between the preferred customer price of the $265 and the wholesale price of $226. That gives us $39, and that is the first way we get paid. So if we had signed up as a distributor, paid our $50, and never did anything else, we would forever receive back on a direct deposit to us $39 for each 4-month supply or each box. I think there is somebody out there that's making a little noise. If we could check and make sure we'll all start 6, we'd all appreciate it. But let's go on. Let's click again. That dealer then, as I just noted, is going to be paid $39. That's our first point, the retail profit. Let's click again. And when we click again, we should bring up direct or direct distributor or DD and 6%. And this is the first of the 3 commission positions that we have within the company. So we earn 6% if we have evolved to this point. You might initially ask, well, that's great, but 6% of what? And it's 6% of the PVCs or purchase volume credit that we receive on every product. Every product that we have, going back to that first page, has a number of points or PVCs assigned to it. The way those PVCs are generated or the point value is generated is that we look at the wholesale value and multiply that by 75%, and that gives us the PVC value, okay? Now, why they do that, I don't know. It doesn't matter, but that's where it comes from. So the PVCs on this particular product, this combo, this trio, would be 169. If you do the math and multiply that by 75%, you'll see that comes out. So 75% of 226 should give you that 169, the point value associated with that. 6% then of the 169 would give you about $10. So we always keep the retail profit. We add the $10 or the 6%, that gives us the $49. So we've now earned a retail profit and our first commission. Let's click again. To do that, it would take 3 orders. I think today we're going to talk about nothing but fast track. There's 2 ways to go through this business. One is fast track. One is slow track, or almost kind of eating your way there. Fast track, we find, is not only a stronger way to build your business. We build then a foundation on bricks and mortar instead of sand. But frankly, it's a lot more fun. I think we'd all agree to earn a larger paycheck faster rather than slower. So to achieve this first position, we have a new program called HLP, or Healthy Living Plan, that requires 3 orders to move us to this position, totaling 500 PVCs. One of those orders must be from you. 2 other orders must be from other households. And we need to get to at least 500 PVCs. Clearly we can have more, and that's just fine. There is no magic in terms of how the 3 orders are divvied up. You starting out as a dealer may say, well, I'm going to buy the trio, I'm going to buy some complete, I'm going to buy something else. Somebody else may only buy the chewables. That's fine, but cumulatively, between 3 orders, one again being yourself, we must have 500 PVCs, and that moves us then into being able to receive our first commission position, which is 6%. I would say here on each of the next 2, or actually all 3 commission levels, the commissions are earned the month starting after we have achieved the position. Okay? So, let's click once more. Virtual franchisee is our next position. That is another step up in our commission level. Some people say, gosh, I got an 8% increase. I don't look at it that way. I look at it that we earned over 100% increase in our commission level, which is pretty good. 14% again times the PVC value. We retained the $39 of retail profit, and we realize then the next spread of dollars and cents, some $37 to get us to $63, give or take. Some of these numbers are rounded off. I apologize for that, but again, just to make it easier for our conversation. Let's click again, and you'll see that you should come up, if hopefully we're still all on the same page, that requires 12 orders to achieve that position, again, in the fast track process. And I'm sorry, I've skipped over it. The direct to achieve that fast track would be a 30-day window. To achieve the virtual franchisee is a 30 or 60-day window. Certainly, all of us are capable of doing that. We have people today doing this in much shorter periods of time, and so it's all available to you, and it's all an opportunity. Now, having achieved, however, that virtual franchise position, we must have, of course, your own order that we've already got, and we must have orders from 7 different addresses, 7 different households, and we must have 1 new dealer who's joined your team, if you will, and has placed at least a single order for themselves. Okay? So you can see here that the company is encouraging us and sending us to build a solid business, more team members coming in, more participants. This would be a very difficult business to do all alone, and a lot more fun to have people join us, spread the word, think about how many more people we can influence in a constructive way if we bring others in to join us. Let's click again, and we'll bring up Sales Coordinator, and we'll see our top commission level of 22%. That would allow us then, through the commission and the retail profit, to earn $76 on each of the box in our example, that 4-month supply. So clearly, Sales Coordinator is the place you want to be as rapidly as you can. and there's a fast track opportunity for that as well, and we're going to cover that in a couple more slides down. Let's click once more, and you can see that that takes 48 orders. You'd have the same requirement, obviously, coming out of the virtual franchise and building off of that in terms of number of households. But 48 orders, again, based on this example. That's not to say that along the way, out of 48 prospective customers, that you won't find people that would want a Tower Garden or, again, Complete or other products, and that would reduce the number of people that you might have to contact. And, again, I would point out that these are all cumulative activity between the people that have followed you along as you move from direct to VF to sales coordinator. At this point, I would also note that all of these positions and all the positions that we have as we go into our next 3 leadership positions are permanent. We recognize sometimes life gets in the way. Unfortunately, we're distracted. Maybe we don't stay as focused on our business as we might like. But whenever we're ready to come back, so long as we left in good standing, then we go back, and if you were a sales coordinator, you come right back in at that position. The 22% commission is still available to you. We don't have to start over. And that's, again, just another, wonderful piece of the generosity of this company. Let's click again. We do have a couple of other ways to earn the income. The second is showing up as commission bonus, and you'll see some numbers below the sales coordinator. As we build our team, and I said that you'd always retain the retail profit, you'll always retain the retail profit and all of the commission on people that you sell to directly. However, as you build team members, and they advance through the pay plan, they advance up these 7 steps, those people that are below you, part of your downline as we call it, those people closest to the sale will start to realize the monies associated with the sale of that box. There's only $76 to be paid out on that 4-month supply of the Trio pack. So if a sales coordinator brought in a new dealer, the dealer would earn the $39 on a box that they sold. Then the sales coordinator, you, would realize the difference on the $76, hence the $37. Now, if that dealer moved up to the direct, they'll earn the retail profit and the commission. The sales coordinator would earn now $27, the difference between the $49 and the $76. Okay? And the same would be true for the virtual franchise. Now, you've probably figured this out. If you're a sales coordinator and the person that you bring along becomes a sales coordinator underneath you, you're not going to make any money on them, so we want to keep this process going. Now, having said that, let's click on the next slide. We're going to combine the question of the 4 and the 5. You see the next way we get paid. The company recognizes that we're going to build team. They want us to build team. They want us to strengthen our business. They want us, in our terminology, to go wide. And they recognize that as people advance in our team, that we're going to lose that retail profit, that we're going to lose that opportunity for the commission. And so what they do for us is they do provide a performance bonus for all activity below us and a commission bonus of 4% for all people's activity on our front line. So you see we have a lot of smiley faces here. The top singular one is you. The next are the people that you invite directly into your business. And I would suggest to you that those who have been most successful in this business would take that first line of people that they've invited into the business and have as many of those as you can. Again, what we would call going wide. Those people are going to be your team members. Those are going to bring you strength. And those are the ones that you're going to trust and work with to build the next 3 levels that we see in this example. okay? So clearly you'd much rather make 5 and 4 rather than just 5. By the same token, you might be scratching your head and say, well, wait a minute, why would I give up 22% to make 5 or 4? And trust me, as you build your team and it broadens, the 5 and the 4 is much more valuable to you than the retail profit and the 22% commission. As for instance, Candace is on, Pammy's on, and we've got some other NMDs that are on, and I would guess that probably 90% of their paycheck each month comes from the 5 and the 4%, not from the retail profit or the commission. So let us click once more, move forward. And you'll see the top 3 leadership positions up in the upper right-hand quadrant. And we start with the senior sales coordinator, qualified national marketing director, and national marketing director. Let's click once more. And what we see is one of the first benefits that starts to accrue to us, other than the benefit of earning a commission and the retail profit, is we have something called a BIB, or a business incentive bonus. And depending upon structure, volume, and activity, an SSC each month might make up to $500 in that BIB bonus. And what that is, in essence, from the company's perspective, is really an expense allowance, although we provide no paperwork or support for it. But the company recognizes that if we have achieved these positions, we're working our business hard, we may be traveling, we're going to incur expenses, and once more the company's helping defray some of our expense, some of the costs we have on our business to help us reach out to more people, to be more successful, to have a broader, stronger business. Okay? One comment I would make at the SC level and the SSC level, if you'll count on this, below you there are 4 layers. So at this level, you are paid down through your downline, down to 4 levels. And let's go off on a quick tangent here. Let's say, again, through the generosity of the company, that somebody in one of the steps down, 2 steps down below you, leaves the business. Why they would do that, I don't know, but let's say they did. That person, that generation would, in essence, go away, and you'd be paid one more generation further down. Very generous of the company. Let's go to the next slide. QNMD, you'd see $1,000 a month on that bib. And again, that relates to structure and volume. But you'll also notice here in purple at the bottom that there's now a 5th level, or a 5th generation, that you have the opportunity to earn 5% on. So this is where this pay plan is really starting to generate extraordinarily significant income and opportunity for you. And now let's click on the NMD, our top recognized position. The bid is $3,000 a month. And then I won't read them to you. You can see them on the side. The extraordinary benefit package that comes with this position. I have my own company, and I try to be generous. I can't say that I even came close to this. I've served on a number of boards. I've never seen anything as generous and straightforward as this. And I'll just touch on one. Long-term health care, extremely expensive. If any of you have gone out to try and price this for yourself, in the middle of the recession, our company's management, led by Jay Martin, gave us this long-term care health insurance, again, in the middle of the recession, to help us because they're worried about us, concerned about us, want us to be as comfortable as we can in our business position, and just thought, frankly, that it was the right thing to do. Let's click again. And what we're going to see is on the lower left-hand quadrant, team building bonus. So that's our 5th way getting paid. Let's click again. And we've talked about this a little bit, but quickly again, let's go through this. On the fast track opportunity for the 4 initial positions that we have, if we did the fast track to the direct, that was at 500 PVCs, 2 other orders, we get a $100 bonus for that. If we continue our activity within the first 30 to 60 days, we get the virtual franchisee. We get a check for $250 in addition to our commission and retail profit and a free conference ticket, which is worth up to $150. And we touched on before, try to get to a conference. And your upline also gets $250. Again, smart from the company standpoint in that they want us involved and participating and being constructive in your business, so they reward that upline as well. Sales coordinator, if we do that within 6 months, there's a $500 bonus opportunity. Your upline gets $500. There is once again a free conference ticket on that. And I don't think we touched on that, but that would be 8,000 PVCs. Okay? And then if we look at movement into the SSC and the Q and the NMD, as you achieve those, there's a bonus from the company. Again, with all the commission you've earned, the 4 and the 5 and the retail profit, et cetera, they're still going to give you a $1,000 bonus, $2,000 bonus, $3,000 bonus for having achieved that. Extraordinarily generous from my perspective. We skipped over one item purposely. I wanted to come back to it at this point. Once we've achieved that position, there's a real logic and a strength to building what we term a qualified business. And a qualified business is nothing more than generating 1,000 PVCs in your account, again, cumulative, month in, month out. If you do that, you've certainly established yourself as a true business, as a strong business, foundationally positioned to move forward, and it creates that opportunity to earn the 5% that we talked about. We don't earn that 5% until we have a qualified business. In this case, with our product, that would be the equivalent of having probably about 23 customers, give or take. Again, cumulative customers throughout your team, but wonderful position to be in to have a qualified business, 1,000 PVCs per month. So quickly, if you take the full PVC value, 169 PVCs on our example, divide by 4, because we look at that in terms of being compensated over a 4-month period. You can see that's how we come up with those 23 customers. Okay? Let's click on. We are winding down. This is the team building that we've talked about. Let's click again. And you can see the compounding effect of going wide, bringing more people on directly to you. And then if you'll click again with me, please. You see those people start with your help, your encouragement, the help of the company, the help of your sideline, your upline, build next teams down, those next smiley faces as we go down, those next generations. And so what we want to do is, you know what it took to be a VF, an SC, and what we want to do is build on that, duplicate that, and if you continue to do that, go wide, you will have an extraordinarily successful business, not only in terms of helping people, but in terms of the size of your paycheck. And we have a saying within this business that the size of your paycheck ultimately reflects the number of people that you have helped, which is, once again, as I said right at the beginning, just a wonderful place to be. Let's click once more. And this is a quick example. We are right at the end here. But this is just an example of the compounding effect that this business can provide for us. So if we start with you, obviously at the top there, and we build a team, let's say we built a team of 3 people, and each of those 3 people had 10 orders, and each of those people then found 3 people, they had 10 orders, and so on and so on and so on. By the time you went down several generations, you'd be touching or affecting or helping 363 people. But the example here suggests that, okay, if I can do two, if I can bring in three team members directly to me, why not add two more? Now, there's no limit, of course, but why not add two more and do the same thing? Each of those persons having 10 customers, 10 orders, and look at the difference adding two people will do. And if we could then go to the right-hand column, last column, if we had that, at each of those levels, that would be your monthly income, which, I don't know, maybe there's one or two on this call that would like $75,000 a month or $94,000 a month. On the other hand, let's say, well, but geez, that's nice, but it doesn't always happen because that person, the third generation down, didn't do this, didn't do that. What if it was only half? What if there were some more glitches and it was only a quarter? Is there anyone that wouldn't want to earn $23,000 a month? So let's just talk about that for a second and we'll wrap up. As we move through our positions, again, everybody looking probably, hopefully, towards that highest position, the National Marketing Director. Somebody that achieves that position with a number of qualified businesses under them. Again, that's the 1,000 PVCs per month. Each one represents what we call a club. Somebody who had 39 qualified businesses as a National Marketing Director would have an average annual income of about $120,000. And that's not the end. That's only the next stepping stone as you push for that 94, the 47, or the 23 on a monthly basis. So this business is geared to you, your goals, what you want, how hard you want to work. It's like any business. Anything that you're going to do well does require work, does require effort, does require some sacrifice. But with the support that you have around you, again, as I said right at the beginning, we're never alone. And this is a great business to help others while you're helping yourself. Or again, one more of our sayings I'll wrap up with. This is a business that we can do well while we're doing good.